Well, my kids, I'm new to this YouTube thing, and while I was filming and reading to you, my mummy called me, and that stopped the video. So I have to pick up where I left off on chapter 5. And I left off at Mr. Alden saying that he had never liked the brother. You think Bill's brother wrote the letter? Asked Jessie. I certainly do, said Mr. Alden. I think SM means Sam McGregor. Ho-hum. Now what does ho-hum mean, Benny? Asked Joe, laughing. It means we better stop talking and get started on this trip. What a family, said Joe, always doing something exciting. Mr. Alden said, you might as well get some of your things ready right away. Okay, let's, said Benny, jumping up. Joe stood too and began to think aloud. We can get 2 canoes up here, he said slowly. Do you think you could carry one, Henry, with one of the others to help you? I'm sure I could, said Henry. We can't take too many things, though. We'll have to carry the food and packs on our backs, won't we? That's right, said Joe. We can get tents up there, too. There is a store on that first lake where we can buy food we need for the trip. We don't have to carry the canoes very far. We can go to Maine in the station wagon, Joe, said Violet. Right, said Joe, smiling at his little cousin. I knew that station wagon was a good thing to buy. Now you children get to work and write down the things you want to take. We can get blankets up there, too. No, sir. You take blankets from here, Joe, said Mr. Alden. Get your clothes and blankets made into packs right here where I can see them. I'm not going to have Violet get cold sleeping in those Maine woods. Soon there was a great noise around the house. The children ran up and down the stairs and Watch went up and down every time with them. Hello there, Miss Nellie Belly, my kitty girl. Are you okay? My cat's very annoyed that I'm not paying attention to her. Joe showed the children how to make sleeping bags. First, the blankets were put on the floor and folded once. Then they were sewn on one side to make a bag. Their clothes were put in piles on the blankets. Now fold them over this way and put straps around them. I have a lot more straps in my camping things. I see, said Benny. That strap goes around your back. Mine isn't heavy at all. I could carry some bacon and eggs too, Joe. Benny. Bacon, said Henry, but no eggs. We can't take eggs, can we, Joe? Not whole eggs, said Joe. Dried eggs. We can have scrambled eggs. We'll take dried milk and canned milk. Dried everything, said Benny. Oh, well, I don't care. Before night, the family was ready for the trip. Then Joe turned to his uncle. Don't be worried, Uncle James. I promise you we will stop and eat on the way up. We'll eat well before we go on the canoe trip. Then we will be all right for a few days if we don't have so much to eat. Good, said Mr. Alden. Everything's ready then. No, said Jessie. Nobody said anything about Watch. Oh, we can't take the dog, began Joe. He might tip the canoe over. Then he looked at the faces of the 4 children. The children were thinking fast, and he went on, Really, I don't think we better take Watch. You're right, Joe, said Henry at last. We can't take Watch, but he will have a good time at home. Yes, said Mr. Alden, Watch will keep me from being lonesome, and I will keep him from being lonesome. Benny made them all feel better by saying, Let's have him stay at home, but let's not tell him he can't go until tomorrow. Benny. And that is the end of chapter 5, part B.